Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Depends on your time and your location. This is one of your own Biafra TV. I say welcome you this wonderful evening. Please, I urge you to welcome one another as we continue to preach or to remind ourselves some things that are very important that we might be forgotten on this movement, and things that we really have to do for us to achieve our country. The things that we must do for us to let the world understand that we know the value of what we have done and what we have to achieve. There is no other way. There is nothing like going around on it. The only thing we have is to make sure that we stand up on the mandate and also that we are on the line with what others have been done in the past. Because we are not the first, neither are we going to be the last in this state we are into. The differences of what we are doing matters so much. The difference of what we are claiming matters so much. That is why on this time around that we are into, or in this 21st century, we need to understand the difference of things that is happening around us and how the world view the different things that we are doing. Having a new country is not by what we want, it's not by how we feel, it's not about what we think. Having a new country is about all the existing laws, all the criteria and things that surrenders having this new country. What I think, what I know, how I feel, my own explanation is not bringing a new country. What is giving a new country is a criteria, the existing protocol, the law, or the histories of those who has gone through this process, this bridge that we are passing right now. People have passed this bridge that we are passing now in the past. People has walked through this bridge that we are passing right now. So in our own case, there is no different method. There is no different narrative. There is no different existing protocol that we are going to implement. And the number one thing is that we may need to understand if the line we are towing is what the world or those that are passing through this road, if it's the road that they have followed, achieved their own country and become who they are today, is it the same line that we as the Biafran people are towing? That is one of the most important things in this 21st century, that it is very, very rare and very, very important. The time of us, how I feel, what I think, or it's supposed to be this way, or it's not going to be this way, the time has gone. Where we are, after our peaceful declaration, is where the world are watching us closely. The first, they want to see how we was be able to manage our internal affair, how we control things that happen around us, and how the effectiveness of the government in exile that makes a peaceful declaration. And also, you know that the world will like the existing country, the oppressor country that we are moving out for. We do everything humanly possible to stop you from achieving your goal. Let me give you, it's like common in the village. There is those that are bad eggs, the evil ones in the village. Whenever you start a business, if you are not being careful, if you are not mindful of your business to grow up, they will drag you down. It's like when you are building a new house in a village, the bad people, they will come. But being prayerful and being strong and have strategies of you being that house is what we overthrow. Sorry, we are somehow a message that is very, but it's okay. It's okay. So, what we are doing, it matters so much in this movement. I must let us know this particular one word. I said, I quote, the 21st century law. What will give us Biafra is not what real Biafra, in my own way of narrative of something, in my own way of articulating and being correct, in my own way. No. That is what I think. That is what I feel. But coming in terms of the really, how the world, how other countries have achieved their own. That is what matters so much at this time. I want to tell you this thing for you to know. Before we go into difference of what we're doing this night. A group called Sunrise is being led by Mazen Nande Kanu, Uchechi Okwu Kanu. Is the one. From IPOB, they have different branches. A Rising Sun is building by Uchechi Okwu Kanu and his men. And even also, I can see that this Rising Sun is working with Ogenkere. Remark my word. Rising Sun that comes out from Mazen Nande Kanu, he was deceived by mention that name, Rising Sun. The Rising Sun belongs to Uchechi Okwu Kanu, with partially Ogenkere is among them, the so-called Rising Sun. So every Biafra under USB we are declared must be very careful in this state that we are into. You know, you heard about Rising Sun, Rising Sun. The Rising Sun is a part that's separated from IPOB organization. They are the Rising Sun you hear about. They mislead Mazen Nande Kanu, and he never understand that this Rising Sun group has with another branch or another body that move out from IPOB. They want to be, they said IPOB has been captured by a particular group that are working under Nigeria. So then they also created their own group that's leading by Uchechi Okwu Kanu. When you hear about Rising Sun, the Rising Sun is a criminal group leading by the woman that never won Biafra as a country, leading by a woman that betrayed her husband, which is Uchechi Okwu Kanu. He is the one that is leading this Rising Sun. with those that believe in his ideology, that there should be a different path from IPO, because Chike Doziem and Chinasa Nworu, their branch right now are no longer working with Uchechi Okwu the way normally does before. That is why for a very long time, you cannot hear the voice of Uchechi Okwu from Radio Chinasa Nworu of One Nigeria. I want you to pay good attention, because it's what we're going to this evening. I want you to pay attention as you join me. So, the so-called rising sun has deviated from what we are doing. Rising sun is just a mere group that walked away from IPOB organization. I want to take you to a journey this evening, something you know, but because of the word that are coming out from those claim IPOB organization, I want them to hear this evening where IPOB was registered. That IPOB organization is also in exile. The Rising Sun is also in exile. Listen this, pay close attention. You know how we do it here. We are giving you first-hand information. Before we go, I want to thank those in the comment section today. Chibo Zoede, good evening from here, my brother. Ahmad Chigozie, good evening from here. A friend from India, good evening. Another friend, good evening from here. Musa Afebe, good evening from here. Chibo Zoede, thank you so much. Blessing, thank you so much. Obane Soku, good evening so much. Hope you are listening to me. I secretly see Biafra. Yes, Obane Soku, the so-called Avid and the Rising Sun. Who are they? Where did they register their own organization? One. Yes, Obane, good evening from here. You're welcome. The Avid and the Rising Sun, when it's come to IPOB right now, they are claiming they are the one fighting for Biafra. Avid and Rising Sun. That's this two group, deceived Onyendu, our president Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and he mentioned their name and asked them to contribute and give to them. These are the criminals. These are the hijackers in this mode that we are into. Now, like I said, I am not going to waste too much time because what we have this evening is a lot to do in a small hour. That's why I want to focus direct. We are going to start session 1. Where did IPOB registered in before? The IPOB organization that are claiming whatever they are claiming today, it was registered in exile. Their case is worse because in all the movements, their offices was registered as a private government in exile, as a private organization in exile. If you remove that one from the part, the so-called IPOB, all those claiming to be their leaders in the past and in the present now, have you seen anybody in the Biafra land claiming that he's a leader or this and that I am from a government in exile, that he is in the homeland for IPOB? Have you seen anybody standing up, prove that himself that he's supporting IPOB as one of their leader? And when it's come to the tag terrorist, who do they tag terrorist? They tag IPOB. The so-called Avid and Rising Sun are running away from IPOB. They want to shadow themselves like what you see today, BRGIE and the BGC. So I want to understand that this is exactly what is going on. The so-called Avid, Rising Sun, and the IPOB has three organizations right now. Inside these three organizations, you have IPOB, you have Rising Sun, you have Avid. And the so-called Avid, the criminal Avid and the criminal Rising Sun, want to overshadow IPOB as they are the really people. And that means they want to close the IPOB organization of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and they focus on the Rising Sun. That is what's going on. So the betrayal that we are facing was what IPOB organization taught Ogen Kere to have his own group, and Imam Maduabu also. This is what is happening at this moment that we are into. That is why you cannot see the so-called fake fallback BRGIE attack Rising Sun or Avid. You cannot also see BGC quarreling or attacking Avid or Rising Sun because they are all working in one goal. These are criminal peoples that want to hijack the movement of the people. That is who they are. Now, what I said before, I want to remind us something you know very well. Maybe you might be forgotten. This message is to all the IPOB members that are claiming that someone committed a crime by forming confirmed, fully original, legal government in exile. That's under Biafra Republic government in exile was registered by Simon Ebanjoko. That made a peaceful declaration of United States of Biafra, November the 29th, 2024. Then I hold that word as we are going to listen to. I know I want to do this very quickly concerning IPOB and how IPOB wasn't changed. How they did the same thing Ogen Craig did to Mas Simon Ekpa, Prime Minister. Is the same thing IPOB did to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. After they have moved to change it, remove the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as the leader or as the founder. They thought it has ended. After they have done that, what happened? The so-called Rising Sun and the Avid started their own case. Avid on one side, Rising Sun on one side. Now, the Avid and the Rising Sun are collaborating together, claiming that they are the one they are the real people over IPO the organization of Chike Dozie and China Samworu. This is what is going on. So they have about 3 different groups within themselves. I said IPOB, Avid, Rising Sun. These are groups that have an IPOB organization. Listen to this. For them that are claiming that our declaration is, they did not accept our declaration, that our declaration is nothing to them, that this and that. Let me remind you fully the history of IPOB, in which year it was registered, and where it was registered, and when they changed the authentic registration, like what Ogen Kere. That's why I said that Ogen Kere learned a job from IPOB, why he changes my Simon Ekpa's name in the document of USB, the document of BRGIE government in exile, and why he put his own inside there. Listen to what I'm going to play out now because I must play it out. You know how we do it here. Listen.
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu registered the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, in the United Kingdom.
Where? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, was registered in the United Kingdom. Registered where? In the United Kingdom, for those who claim IPOB, that they are the only the one. That the exile government is not. You, that your organization was registered in United Kingdom, are you not in exile? You, that your own was your IPOB was registered by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in United Kingdom. Are you not in exile? Where are you? Are you in the homeland? Do you even have any functioning system in the homeland at all? Even common self-referendum, can you conduct and organize it? Now, United Kingdom, is it in Biafra land? Even let me see, is it in Nigeria that registered IPOB? But rather, IPOB was registered here in United Kingdom by Mazen Nnamdi Kanu.
According to records from the UK's Companies House, there have been multiple registrations associated with the organization. Initial registration, a private limited company named Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, was incorporated on July 22, 2014. Its registered office was located in London, Sandlings Close, Pilkington Road.
Are you hearing it? Internal registration, a private limited company named Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, was incorporated on the July 22, 2014. Its registered office was located in the London. IPOB organization was registered as what? As a private company named Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB. I am not an IPOB of the organization called private company called named Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB. I am not. But in every country where you are, every citizen becomes an indigenous person. So if what is bugging your head or what is making your head to swell up is that indigenous people, I want you to know that the so-called your own indigenous people you are claiming under this registration in July 2022, 2014, that you are what? A private indigenous IPOB person. So where are you? You are in exile. Your office is in exile. Your members in your exile. The so-called authority you have is in exile. Let us continue.
IPOB, Worldwide CIC, a community interest company, CIC, named Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, Worldwide CIC, was incorporated on October 18, 2016, based in Manchester. IPOB.
Where does he base right now? Where does he base? He based in Manchester. IPOB Worldwide CC, Community Interest Company. This is how Mazen Nnamdi Kanu registered IPOB organization. This is how Mazen registered it here in exile, operating in exile till today. Operating where in exile, live where in exile, give order from where from exile. Now let us move. Named, look at it, too, IPOB Worldwide, CIC, a community interest company, CIC, named Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB in bracket Worldwide, CIC was registered, was incorporated on October 18, 2016, based in Manchester. I hope you're listening to me. For you know, Obanese, I know you are a member of Rising Sun and David, the criminal group. Now, that's why I want to tell you that claiming that IPOB is in the homeland, that the USB they are declared is in exile, that doesn't have a power. I want you to know you do not have any power because IPOB organization was registered privately. Then you will see that the Biafra government in exile did not register as a private company. I'm coming to that. That is why if you look at my topic or my headline says difference between a government in exile that make a peaceful declaration between organization a group with only agitation. Calm down. You and your Avid and the Rising Sun are deceiving yourself. USB is not like organization. USB is not registered. USB is a sovereignty nation. USB, United States of Biafra, is a sovereignty nation, whether I like it or not. Because the word said that it doesn't matter what you said, but in their own eyes, that they must accept they are a country before other countries will accept them. That you as a person must acknowledge yourself as a country, act as a country before other countries will come to allow you or address you as a country. Simply mean is the how you present yourself is how the world is going to address you. And all of you could not understand, you could not understand that this 21st century, starting from 2001, that is going to end 2100, that the world has changed the criteria of having a new nation. I want to do me one simple thing. Type on your phone. What is the difference between exile government that make peaceful declaration and the agitation and the group that use the group that are making agitation? Just type it on your phone. You find an answer by yourself. A time has come where all of us has to go to research and find out the truth. And also ask you, go and type, how did the other government in exile achieve their country today? Example, Algeria. Type, how did Algeria achieve their country? Because they use government in exile, make a peaceful declaration, they get a seat in the UN after some years. Go and check. Now, we are focusing on the issue of IPOB. After IPOB, we are coming on the Biafra Republic government in exile, how it was registered and where it was registered. Then you will find a different answer. Answer yourself the question. Let's continue. Now, after registering it in London, then after 2 years, which is October 18, 2016, based in Manchester, they moved. Mazda Nekano was where then. He's still with us. Now he normalized it where in Manchester. That is where the Radio Biafra was broadcasting from. Do you know that the Radio Biafra in the first place was not broadcasting in the homeland? It was broadcasting from the Manchester in London. That is where it was being broadcasting from, and we are heading in the Biafra land. Is it not from exile that the radio was coming from? The Radio Biafra of the people organization called IPOB. Where is it coming from? From exile.
Worldwide Limited, another entity, IPOB.
Listen, IPOB Worldwide Limited, another entity again. You think it's only you that answer IPOB in the world. You continue deceiving yourself.
B Worldwide Limited was incorporated more recently on January 12, 2021, also based in Manchester.
Are you hearing it? After the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, 2001, on June 12th, they rushed and changed a lot of things in that registration that was being made by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. As we are going down, you will hear every down gist, how it happens. For you that claim IPOB, indigenous IPOB, one family, where there is no one, because there is no one family. Everybody is in exile in different countries, in abroad. Now, remember the first registration, July 22, 2014. Second registration again, October. No, it was incorporated by October 18, 2016. Now, another one was registered where another entity, IPOB Worldwide Limited, was incorporated more recently on January 12, 2001, also based in Manchester. Also do what? Based where? In Manchester, is it Biafra land? Manchester, is it Southeast? Manchester, is it Owerri or Abia State. Ejila ka ibi ọnụ mmadụ ewepụ alegele dị ya n'anya iwepụbeghị desi dị gị na-achọ ọnụ ihe ọkụ nke dị ya n'anya. That is the IPOB organization. They don't know where they are. They don't even know who they are in the first place. The only thing that happens is that they have seen organizations that give them money. They start out an IPOB.
While the broader movement is often cited as being founded in 2012, the formal legal registrations in the UK began in 2014.
Are you hearing it? Mazen Kano started in 2012 with broadcasting. But in that 2012, he never registered it as an organization, IPOB. Nothing. Until when? The formal legal registration in the UK began in 2014. 2012, 2013. Mazen Kano is just broadcasting. Preaching about Biafra without no structure. And that is the way it's happening. If you want to form a new country, you will start first. A new country begins with the pen and paper and social media. This is how the movement of a new country begins. Mazen Nnamdi Okwu begins what? He begins to preach about Biafra. When he got people that followed him up, he now did what? The official formal legal registration in the UK begins in 2014. He begins to register IPOB organization. Listen.
Would you like more details on the current status of these registrations, or the roles Nnamdi Kanu held within them?
Now, remember what we just played right now. Let us go into more details. Then we'll find out those who claim IPOB. Of course, you would boy asuniru mokoko.
Based on UK companies' house records as of March 2026, here is the status of the organizations and the roles held by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, registered under the name Nwanekaenyi Nnamdi Okwu Kanu.
Are you hearing it? This is the full name that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu used registered IPOB organization. What is the name? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu registered under the name Nwanekaenyi Nnamdi Okwu Kanu. This is the full name that is the document of IPOB that was registered in UK, precisely Manchester. Let's continue.
1. IPOB Worldwide Limited, company number 131278887. Status.
I hope you are hearing it. Number 1, IPOB Worldwide Limited Company, number 131278887. This is the number. Because after you have registered, the world will give you what? The company you register under them will give you what? A number. The first number of IPOB is what? Registered in 2014. The number is what? 132178887. Let us see the status.
This entity is currently active, though it has recently faced an active proposal to strike off, a process usually related to overdue filings.
At a time, the IPOB want to strike off. They want to strike anything concerning IPOB organization off in registration. As we go further, then you will find out. Why am I doing this? Because I want you who claim your IPOB to know that Mazi Nnamdi Okwu Kanu registered IPOB as a private organization in the London, Manchester. That is where he was being registered. The radio Biafra you are hearing in 2012, 2014, 2013, 2015 was being broadcasting from Manchester. And you are hearing it in Biafra land. And we are there, we, including me, were claiming indigenous people of Biafra. While while we are at that time safe under a private company. IPOB organization, when are you going to move out from a private company? IPOB, when are you going to move out from being a private company and become a country? When? Every OB is a boy. Every OB is a boy. That is IPOB organization. Every year the Motundi. Every year I remain the way I am. In a agitation. In a water USB they are declared because you don't know the criteria to have a new nation in this 21st century. Now, status, the entity is currently active, yes. Through it, there has recently faced an activist professional of strike it off. There was a time they tried to strike it off totally. But what happened? They did not. Listen.
Nnamdi Kanu's role. He is listed as an active director, having been appointed on February 2nd, 2021.
Are you hearing it? After that, before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, he registered it again and put his name as what? As a director. He put himself as what? As a director. And also called himself a leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. Did you vote for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu being a leader of Biafra people? Let me ask you a question. Let's just be sincere. Who voted that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be the leader of the indigenous people? Nobody. But because of his voice, because of his work, we all agree that he is what? The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. When he was not there, Obatobie, Samanakpari Banjoko, Anonkankampi, he registered. In fact, hold on, let me even rush it. I want us to go to it serially so you may understand it clearly. You that is answering IPOB, when are you going to transition from a mere common private company to become a popular or freedom company? When? If the IPOB. The private IPOB organization held by Chike Doziem and Chinasa Nworu and all this Ndiori, when are you going to transition from IPOB to a country? From 2012 to 2026, how many years? Obi is a boy. A child that you sent to school that never graduated from the 2012 to 2006, can that child graduate again? Can you remind me from 2012 to 2026, how many years? Please, Biafrans. From 2012 to this 2026, how many years that this child cannot graduate from a school? Every year he's doing protests. Every year he's in agitation. Every year he's on the protest. Every year we gather in the town hall. Criminals with no objective, with no intention. I ask you, if you have a child that you sent to school from 2012 to 2026 and that child has never graduated, are you going to continue paying school fees for this child? Answer me. Can any of us have a child that started school from 2012 and in this 2026, this child has never graduated to bring a result of being in a school that I have graduated from school, now I am looking for a job? Can you continue paying? You that is contributing another IPOB. You that now that have moved away from IPOB, answer Rising Sun, to confuse some of you to enter into a new group. Tomorrow, you're gonna enter. A Rising Sun is leading by Uchecho Pukano. And those who believe in the ideology. That is the people that this woman called Nakachimezie advocating for. But they hide under IPOB. But that is another group that has marched from IPOB. They call themselves Rising Sun. Chike Doziem is not the one leading them. Chinasa Nworu is not the one leading them. Avid is not Chinasa Nworu leading them. They are on their own. Private company, because IPOB started the registration with what? With a private company. They are not fighting for Biafra. They turned Biafra as a business they used to build their houses. Remember the number one of private IPOB worldwide limited corporation. Remember the number 1312788 is the code number that was being used when it was being registered. Please, as you join me, please hit the like button, please. I want to hit the like button. Now listen. Nnamdi Kanu's rule. He is listed as an active director, having been appointed on February 2nd, 2001. Again, before he was kidnapped, he refaced it again on February. Then in June, they kidnapped him.
Nature of business, registered under radio broadcasting and cultural education.
Are you hearing it? Nature of business, registered under radio broadcasting as a culture and the cultural education. That is what Master did to us. He educated all of us. Remember this word, nature of registration. Register under radio broadcasting as a cultural education. Are you hearing it? This is how IPOB, the private company that all of them today are making mockery of themselves, are using today. Mommy, please, I'm on live program, please. I'm on live program.
Hello, Tony.
I demand an live program, please. I'll call you back when I finish.
Okay.
Sorry. When we want to check on me, Kushi is very right because of what we are passing through here today. That is why she tried to check on me, please. So the call need to be answered. So my people, I want all of us to pay attention to this because I want to trash you with your IPOB claiming that you are not anywhere in the world except the most dangerous agitation group. IPOB organization was in the number of the most dangerous agitation group, number 10. Why that USB declared government in exile was in the number 5 in the world as a what? As a government in exile, a country in waiting. Among the 75 exile governments in the world, IPOB is nowhere to be found. No government of IPOB, no declaration, because they don't know the road to freedom and how we can be able to achieve Biafra as a country. IPOB organization in the history of all the exile government, despite Master Nekano registering IPOB as a private limited company in UK, in London, Manchester. Are you not in exile? Where are you? That is why the so-called Mapawales live in exile in Ghana. We did not recognize the Biafra government declaration. Umokoko is not what you think, it's not what you write that gives Biafra as a country. It's in the eyes, in the hands of the international global community, not IPOB organization. Not you. Let us continue. Remember, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, active director. That is the last registration of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is when the first registration has expired. Then he renewed it again before he was being kidnapped. That is why it still remains the same code, the same number. Remember, the number that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu used to register IPOB organization as a private limited company was, remark this because you will hear when the number has changed. The number was 13127887. That is the number being used, registered IPOB organization. After the registration, this is the number was being given to them through London, where the office, the radio house was in Manchester. Put in your mind. Do not forget. Always say, nature of the business as a company. The nature of the business as a company is what? Registered under radio broadcasting and the cultural education. This is the job what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was doing for the Biafran people, to educate us about who we are. That is culture. You got it right. Now, listen to where it has started change. Listen now. After he was kidnapped, listen.
Of Biafra, IPOB, Worldwide CIC, Company Number 1, 0434287. Status: this is a community interest company and is currently active. Nnamdi Kanu's role.
Listen, you. Number 2, it has started changing again. The code has changed. Now, indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Worldwide CIC, Company Number 10 43 38 28 7. Now they have changed, they have removed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu directly and put another person. Now let us continue listening.
He previously served as a director but resigned on January 17, 2022.
Are you hearing it? Do you hear it clearly right now? Is it any day Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from prison said, I have resigned as radio director of IPOB? He never said so, it never happened. But listen to this. Remember the one that the number when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was the one who registered it. The number is 13 12 78 87. That is when it was intact with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when he registered it on his own. Now listen to this. Number 2 changes. Indigenous people, Biafra, indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Worldwide, CIC Company, number 10 43 42 87. It has changed. Let us go. The status: this is a community interest company and currently active. Remember the one of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu registered as what? As under radio broadcasting and the cultural education. Now on this second registration by Chinasa Nworu and all of them that betray Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, listen. It was, now I want you to see betrayals, how it happens. The same thing that Ogenkere did in the movement that we are into today. And people are following Ogenkere. Are you following? And those that are following Ogenkere was those who run away from IPOB organization. Because of the name, because of everything has changed. And today they have done the same thing that Chike Dozie and the Chinasa Nworu has done in the past. They repeated it in our own movement. And people are contributing money, giving them. Ndiori, the wayo. Listen to this. Nnamdi Kanu's rule has previously served as director but resigned on January 17, 2022. So the Radio Biafra is no longer under the control or as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as the director of the Radio Biafra. You see, the Onyendu they are calling him is for fake. Like Ogenkere calling Mazi Simon Eba, my leader. I want you to see the comparison. Now, IPOB has removed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I resign to go in January 17, 2022. Remember, for you to see the master plan, they kidnapped him in June 2001. Then they moved his name January 17, 2022, without even waiting for maximum when of being kidnapped, because the plan was well orchestrated. They planned it very well. That is why they can be able to do what? Remove his name under 1 year. The same thing Ogenkere did. As an agent, he now becomes the landlord of the house. Could you imagine? Mazi Simon was here with us. He never even knew that Ogenkere had changed his document, moved him as the PM. And the BRGIE belongs to his name. And he put those he wants as his secretary or the witnesses. He tell me, is there anything different between what IPOB of Chinasa Nworu did to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is anything different between Oge Nkere and CRC is doing today in the movement that we are into. I will have a full program where I will put IPOB, Rising Sun, Avid, Fallback BRGIE, BSCC, CBC, BGCG, or whatever they call themselves, where I'm going to use them to do another program of betrayers. The time is coming. Please, as you join, please hit the like button. If it's the first time you are joining me, there is three dots in front of you. Click on that three dots. It will open. You will see like and share. Please let the message go viral because they are seen after a full peaceful declaration of the USB under the 21st century law. Remember, the game has changed. They have removed the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu when January 17, 2022, as the director of Radio Biafra. And the Radio Biafra is where all of us had of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and we start calling him Onyendu. Is it not true? If you remove his name as radio director, Onyendu is for mouth, because there is no document bears that he is Onyendu anymore, except the one from the mouth. And the world will keep the secret in the written book and use mouth to say the lies. Is it not true?
Significant control. Records indicate he ceased to be a person with significant control (PSC) for this specific entity as of October 5th, 2025.
He had indirectly it has ceased to be the leader. Significant control. Remove him. Record indicate that he's caused to be, he ceased to be a person with a significant control of IPOB. It has ceased to be in control of what? IPOB. They have taken IPOB away from him. For those who use his name to write, Onyendu said, our leader said, they are all criminals and hijackers. They are all criminals and hijackers. You can hear it here today. They removed his name in January 17, 2022 is when IPOB organization changes everything, both registration like what Ogenkle did against Masamane Banjoko. The same thing repeated here today in our movement. They removed his name. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have stopped being the person that is in, look at it here. He is no longer a person with a significant control over IPOB from the specific entity as of October 5, 2025. In October 5, 2025, they removed every hands of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in anything concerning IPOB organization. It's in document. And you can hear it here today. After this, I will post it on my WhatsApp group. So once you are there, come there, you can also read and share it. And also let them know that IPOB organization, they are all claiming indigenous people today, was only started in Manchester, in London. Let's continue. Now, after this one of 2022, January 17, listen, they changed it twice. They changed it 3 times. Listen again.
3. Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, Company No 0914-1905. Status. This was the original 2014 registration. It has since been dissolved.
Are you hearing it? It has been what? Dissolved. They have dissolved the 2014 registration by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So the IPOB organization you are seeing today is IPOB One Nigeria. I went into research to find out anything about IPOB, how they are operating and what they are doing, and how about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They have removed him totally. The same thing Ogenkere did by removing our Prime Minister Simon Ekpanjoko, put himself as the Prime Minister, and the people are following such a person. People are doing what? Following such a person. contributing money to him. If you can contribute money to Ogenkere, why can't you contribute to the IPOB that have removed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in any that concerns IPOB and Radio Biafra? Why can't you contribute to them? Because this is bird of the same feather that flock together. Ukochukwu and the same people. Is there anything different between what you are hearing now and what Ogenkere did? Remember, the original number has been what has changed. The status. This was the original 2014 of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu registration. It has changed by dissolved. They dissolved the IPOB of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and put their own. They dissolve it. You that are claiming IPOB, do you know the history of IPOB I'm telling you today? This is what is in the written note. And you have a track number you can use to verify what I'm saying. There's a track number you can use to verify it. After removing him totally in October 5, 2025, what happened? The company name that they use, everything changes. I give you the changing number. They register this particular one. The number they give to them after having Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is what to maintain. That's the same criminal name they want to use to steal you. The IPOB organization you have right now is those that are criminals. They use this name to steal from you. Remember, they registered their own with what? 10, 43, 42, 87. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu 2 times. 13, 12, 78, 87. The old one of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu again. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu again. 09414905. When? And then this is the original 2014 registration. It has been dissolved. When you dissolve it, you give a number that this number does no longer exist. It has been dissolved. Nothing. IPOB has been dissolved long time ago. You don't know? And you are there claiming IPOB, one family, a protest. Sorry, all of you. Yes, but this is it. I went deep to look at IPOB for over how many days now. Let me understand what these people are claiming IPOB. So please, I want you to share this program, please. I want you to help me to share this program. Let those that are contributing money to IPOB organization, you are giving your money to criminals and hijackers. Now, let us continue. Let us see the summary. Finally.
Summary of current leadership. While Nnamdi Kanu remains a figurehead and an active director in one of the newer entities, IPOB Worldwide Limited, much of
this IPOB Worldwide Limited, and as a matter of fact, the currently active Rising Sun, leading by Uche Chokwu Kanu. Imobi Dielu. These are the people that are into Rising Sun. That is the one that registered as IPOB Worldwide Limited. Let me give you their number. Look at it here. Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB Worldwide CIC company number. They have moved away from the one of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, 13, 12, 78, 87. They have moved away. So when you hear about Rising Sun is, they don't want to prove that they have distanced themselves from IPOB, that they are no longer under IPOB. They put IPOB under and using the name of what? Rising Sun. Hold on. You will hear those are in charge of the Rising Sun. Let us go.
The active administrative control in the UK registered branches has transitioned to other individuals, such as Sophia Kalu, who holds active director and secretary roles across the organizations.
Are you hearing it? This is where they are today. This is where they are. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu taking over on the other side as the director right now. So easy. Because do you know why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu mentioned Rising Sun? He did not understand the game. He never knew that they had betrayed him by answering Avid and Rising Sun. These two names, Avid, Rising Sun. Obanese, I thought you are from IPOB, you are defending since when I started. Please come up with your question. If you are believing Rising Sun, you are a criminal, you are a hijacker, you are a deceiver. If you believe in Avid, you are a criminal, you are a hijacker. These are men that have changed every status of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Remove him. You heard it here that said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has resigned. That's something we did in our own time. Is it not the same that we did in our own time? It's the same thing. It's the same that Ogen did in our own time. Now, I am going to play back fully without saying a word. Issue of IPO registration. After that, I want to go to BRGIE, Biafra Republic Government in Exile, that was said by Simon Ebanjoko. You will see how it was being addressed. The same though it was. Let us listen to this first.
Would you like me to clarify the differences between a standard limited company and a community interest company CIC in this?
Sorry.
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu registered the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, in the United Kingdom. According to records from the UK's Companies House, there have been multiple registrations associated with the organization.
Multiple name. Multiple people have used this name to register themselves. Well, we are not Biafra under IPOB. Yeah, that multiple group has used it to do what registered on their own different parts.
Initial registration. A private limited company named Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, was incorporated on July 22, 2014. Its registered office was located in London, Sandlings Close, Pilkington Road. IPOB, Worldwide CIC, a community interest company.
Remember, the main IPOB Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was what? Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB. Now, they have what? IPOB Worldwide CIC. I hope you are hearing it. Now let us continue.
CIC, named Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, Worldwide CIC, was incorporated on October 18, 2016, based in Manchester. IPOB Worldwide Limited, another entity, IPOB Worldwide Limited, was
I hope you had this another entity. This is how it was being registered where? This is how it was registered in London, Manchester. They maintained that the same place that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was using, because for them to go another place is going to make another different movement, or is going to make it openly that they have all betrayed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They continue using that the same registration with different names, different branches. Look at it. You had it here clearly. IPOB Worldwide Limited, another one. Listen, you have IPOB registered in three places: CIC, Worldwide Limited, and many of them. Listen to this.
Incorporated more recently on January 12, 2021, also based in Manchester. While the broader movement is often cited as being founded in 2012, the formal legal registrations in the UK began in 2014. Would you like more details on the current status of these registrations, or the roles Nnamdi Kanu held within them?
Now, listen to this.
Based on UK Companies House records as of March 2026, here is the status of the organizations and the roles held by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, registered under the name Nwanakeni Nnamdi Okwu Kanu. 1. IPOB Worldwide Limited, Company number 13127-887. Status: this entity is currently active, though it has recently faced an active proposal to strike off, a process usually related to overdue filings. Nnamdi Kanu's role: he is listed as an active director, having been appointed on February 2, 2021. Nature of business: registered under radio broadcasting and cultural education. 2. Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, Worldwide CIC, Company number 104-34287. Status: this is a community interest company and is currently active. Nnamdi Kanu's role: he previously served as a director but resigned on January 17, 2022. Significant control: records indicate he ceased to be a person with significant control, PSC, for this specific entity as of October 5, 2025. 3. Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, Company No 0914-1905. Status. This was the original 2014 registration. It has since been dissolved. Summary of current leadership. While Nnamdi Kanu remains a figurehead and an active director in one of the newer entities, IPOB Worldwide Limited.
In one of the new entities, no longer the old one, which is one, the Rising Sun and the Avid. That is where they drag him into as their leader, with the name IPOB. And they come out and represent, instead of them to go and tell Mazda Kanu, we have changed this senior to Rising Sun because this IPOB was being tagged terrorist. Instead of them to do that, what happened? They keep it on top and on the low grave, on the low side, they answer Rising Sun. That is never in a snow quibo. Mado bionese logo kunelu or ala. That is what IPOB did. That is what with the name of Rising Sun and Avid. That is what Thomas Nnamdi Kanu. They have removed him. Then the new one, Uche Kanu maintained that his husband is the leader. The other people of Chinasa Woru, Chike Doziem, they are no longer under Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is no longer their leader. But you will see them coming out to issue memo in the name of Nnamdi Kanu. As somebody you have resigned him from October 5, 2002. Sorry, 2022 is when they resigned Nnamdi Kanu as their leader. And till that time, they are claiming. That is why they are doing everything to make sure that they destroy it at home. That is why they want to talk about Nnamdi Kanu anyway again in their ears, because it's no longer their leader. It's only the leader in their mouth, in their brain, in their paper. It's no longer Nnamdi Kanu.
Much of the active administrative control in the UK registered branches has transitioned to other individuals, such as Sophia Kalu, who holds active director and secretary roles across the organizations. Would you like me to clarify the differences between a standard limited company and a community interest company, CIC, in this context?
Are you hearing it? The Nnamdi Kanu own. The difference between two of them is that they are no longer the same thing. There is a difference between limited company and the community interest company, CIC, in context. They are not the same thing. I hope you may understand this clearly. That when you see all these people, nothing like IPOB. For you who claim your IPOB, you can have it here. The IPOB of Nnamdi Kanu is no longer in existence. It has been trashed. 2022. After kidnapping him, 2001. That's the method Ogenkere has already known that Masamana will take away from us. That is why he changes documents earlier and keep it by himself. I know that one day the man can take out that he will gradually take his action to where he is today. Now, the question is, now we are coming to my own, my Prime Minister Simon Anjoko, where he registered our own, where he registered the Biafra government in exile. Let us listen.
Based on available reports and public records, Simon Ekpa, often referred to as Simon Ekpa Njoku, activated or launched the Biafra Republic Government in Exile (BRGIE) in 2022 and later declared himself its Prime Minister in 2023. Unlike the UK-based IPOB registrations, the BRGIE's legal status is primarily tied to the United States. United States registration. In June 2024, Simon Ekpa announced that the BRGIE had been officially registered as an entity with the US Department of Justice, DOJ. This registration was conducted under the Foreign Agents Registration Act, FARA, to allow the group to engage in lobbying activities. Following the registration, BRGIE hired a Washington-based lobbying firm, Moran Global Strategies, to represent their interests to the US government. Operational base. While the organization is registered for lobbying in the US, Simon Ekpa himself has been based in Lahti, Finland, where he conducted the group's broadcasts and administrative activities until his detention by Finnish authorities in late 2024. Status update, 2025-2026. Following Simon Ekpa's sentencing to 6 years in prison by a Finnish court in September 2025 for terrorism-related offenses, the BRGIE cabinet reportedly removed him from his position. On January 14, 2026, the organization announced Ogichukwu Nkade as the new Prime Minister of the BRGIE. Would you like me to look up more about the specific lobbying documents filed by the group in the United States?
Now, is it clear to you? Tell me the difference between removing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and put Sophia Kanu. Okay, remove Simon Ekpa, they put his name there. Now, I want to understand what is Obanese. You asked me, where is the IPO, where did the bridge registered? We did not register USB is the name of a country. It's not being registered. What Simon registered is what? Biafra Republic Government in Exile, which is in bracket BRGIE. That was it. He registered this way. In 2002, it was registered. And later, out of serious, he declared himself Prime Minister. Yes, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu declared himself Onyendu. Is it not true? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu declared himself Onyendu at where his capacity reach and understanding. About told here in the present 21st century, declare, we call him, we even voted that he's Prime Minister. The only one mistake was there is that somebody could have rose up and mentioned that name before he presents himself. That was just only the mistake. But he's doing it for him to prove, I am the founder of this movement, that nobody should call my name without me mentioning it on air. Which is the normal due process. So, on this mode, now, Biafra Republic Government in Exile, BRGIE, was registered. What of you that registered IPOB organization? Indigenous people of Biafra is what you registered, not a name of a country, not a name of a government, as an individual, as a private company, is how you registered. How did Simon registered USB? Listen again. You will hear how he registered, how he registered Biafra Republic Government in Exile. Then you will also know the weight of SAN registration and the weight of IPOB registration. You will judge which one has more weight.
Based on available reports and public records, Simon Ekpa, often referred to as Simon Ekpa Njoku, activated or launched the Biafra Republic Government in Exile (BRGIE) in 2022 and later declared himself its Prime Minister in 2023.
No problem.
Unlike the UK-based IPOB registrations, the BRGIE's legal status is primarily tied to the United States.
There is something I want you to get in here. Unlike the UK-based IPOB registration, the BRGIE legal status is primarily tied to the United States. To the what? To the United States of what? America. That is where he registered it legally. And that has no, they're not like IPOB organization. Unlikely the UK-based IPOB registration. Now, nka drug and the IPOB just like a news broadcaster and education of culture. That's the thing. Oyibo man said that it's not like that one. That this one supersedes your IPOB organization. The registration, O2SC, where dozie Biafra government in exile, or can representing of you and the IPOB organization. Listen, let's go.
United States registration. In June 2024, Simon Ekpa announced that the BRGIE had been officially registered as an entity with the US Department of Justice, DOJ.
Do you hear it? Simon Ekpa Njoku did not register the Biafra government in exile as an organization. Are you hearing it? He never registered us as what? As organization. That is why a white man told that it's not like the UK-based IPOB registration. Are you hearing it? It's not the same thing. What happened here? Listen, the United States registration. Look at what he did. The United States registration. The United States registration. You don't know whether it's Biafra. You don't know whether it's in America. But when your brain calm down, then you may follow me, understand. He registered what? Take this word from here. Biafra government in exile. The only thing he added on his own is what? He registered, he put what? United States of Biafra. Because of what? That time, we are still as an entity. He registered it as what? In June 2024, before his arrest, Simon Ekpa Njoko announced that BRGIE has been officially registered as an entity with the US Department of DOJ. Registered with who? The department. He registered it as what? As an entity, not as a company, not as a private company, but as an entity. Check this, the word between a company and the entity. Then you will see the level a man who knows road to get Biafra as a country in this 21st century. That is the man we are talking about. That is the man you are seeing in prison today. A man who changes the narrative and brings a new dimension. The new dimension makes it to, instead of registering it as a private company, he registered it as what? As an entity. As an what? Check the word. What is the meaning of the word entity? And come and tell me. And check the word of private company. So you see the smartness and how he beat all of you hands down in the 21st century.
Its registration was conducted under the Foreign Agents Registration Act, FARA, to allow the group to engage in lobbying efforts.
Are you hearing it? He raised it where we can allow us to do what? To lobby that Biafra will be a country. Did any of you in IPOB hired any lobby? From 2012 to 2026, did you hire any lobby? If I may ask you. Did you hire any lobby to lobby that what we are fighting for as an IPO is that Biafra should be a country on their own? You never do that. You don't know the road. You don't have the narrative of where you are going. You just remain there. Every day Obi is a boy. When a man who comes, remove us from Obi is a boy to a man, you turn against him. You turn against that man that changes us from Obi is a boy to now Obi has become a man. A man who changes from agitation group or a private company to entity that deserves to have their own country. That's the simple logic I want to understand. We are under FARA. Now ask yourself, go and check what is FRA in America. Go and check it. That is where he registered everything. So he said, to allow group to engage in a lobby effort. IPOB, where is the name of your lobby? You claim today that the movement, what's the word talking about Biafra is you. Where? How? Is it as a private company? That the world has no power to talk about. But as an entity, the world has right to talk about entities that are suffering. IPOB today was registered as a private company. But Simon Njoko registered BRGIE as what? As a group that to engage in a lobby effort. You have entity, not a private company owner. Not what? A private company owner. Please like and share the program. Don't know why the like is not increasing. Now people like to go where we can talk our mind and how we feel and what we think. Not when we will get what we never think about. I urge you to like and share the program. Put your comment. If it's your first time coming, you will see a 3 dot in front of you. Click on that 3 dot. You will see like and share. Please. Let the program go over to people to understand why we are here. And for you that's claiming you are in IPOB, you that's in fallback BRGIE, there is nothing different between you and all this IPOB organization who betrayed Mazen Nandikan. Because they remove him, they are the one who changed his name, resign him, like Ogo Nkere, removing Obatobia and resign Obatobia. Look at the same method of IPOB. That is when you know these people are the same people. There is no difference between this person and the other person. They are doing the same thing. I hope now you can see how they are doing the same thing. Now, when it's coming in terms of registration, entity, a large people, a private company is IPOB organization. You are shouting IPOB one family. I don't even know that when I take oath as an IPOB, I take oath of IPOB. But I do not allow the oath to control me. My mind and the truth I know, I keep on feeling the truth controls me. That is why I can stand here today, defend United South Biafra we are declared. Transition. When the movement is transition, I followed. When we walk away from Masob, I walk away, enter with Masob to IPOB organization. It's not today. It's not a child's play. It's not there. So there's nothing new you can tell me. I never even know since over all these years. I never for one day research about how the IPOB organization is moving, how is it registered. I never know that we registered me as a private company owner. That is how it goes. That is how IPOB was being registered. But look at, type on your phone, between a private company and entity, what's the difference? Check the difference between a private company and an entity. Check. I want you to go and check by yourself. Go and do research on Google. Ask questions. The time we are into is time to ask questions. It's time to do research. It's time to check around what we are doing. It's no longer come. I will be narrating what I know and how I feel. I will put my link. Everybody will come in. We have passed that level. It's a time to let the world know that we understand what we are doing. That what we are doing is not how we feel. That we are doing how the world feels. How international community feels is what will give us recognition. That will give us this new country we are looking for. Nothing more than that. You have heard it clearly today. How all this thing transpired. And they told you that this registration of entity is higher level than a private company. It simply means entity, something that not one person being owned, is in that of a new state. It's not that I am fighting for a new country, not a private company of IPOB, one family. Everybody in this life don't need to register himself as an indigenous. Once you are born in this world, from that country that was being given birth to, you become an indigenous people. So ya was seen in as a private company. You could see what you're supposed to use and cover your face. Simon based where? Like Finland. The registration of the entity in where? US Department. In where? US Department. DOJ. That is where. Now I left you to go and check what the meaning of DOJ in America. Go and check. So you will see the quality. It's even bigger than registered in the UK as a private company. You don't know that? You don't know. Now, we are coming to, in terms of Ogenkere, removing Simon Ebanjoko, put himself as the prime minister. The same thing as some IPOB did. The IPOB of China Samuru was the one who employed Sophia Kanu as their own director right now, as the director of Radio Biafra. The Uche Kanu, under the name IPOB Worldwide also Limited, he also put himself there and used the name of Rising Sun to come and criminal peoples to take money. Instead of him to tell Simon Mazinande Kanu. I have found out as your ex-wife that China Samoru and Chike Dozie has removed your name as the director. So I quickly opened a registered a Rising Sun, but we are under IPOB of your own. It could have been more easier than, it could be more easy to understand instead of this criminality that they are doing with them of IPOB, and they also champion Rising Sun and the Avid. This is one person. Avid belongs to Joseph Kukan. Rising Sun belongs to Joseph Kukan. Can you hear that? That is first session on this program. I hope you listen very carefully on it. We just want to repeat to play it again for you to understand everything that happens and how he was being criminalized. Okay, we are going to go back to this program. When we come back again on this program in phase 2, then next day, then we will make a lot of comments about between Mazin and the Kanu, removing his name, and Ogenkere removing the name of PM Samane Banjoko and put himself. The time will come very soon.
Lobbying activities. Following the registration, BRGIE hired a Washington-based lobbying firm, Moran Global Strategies, to represent their interests to the U.S. government. Operational base. While the organization is registered for lobbying in the US, Simon Ekberg himself has been based in Lahti, Finland, where he conducted the group's broadcasts and administrative activities until his detention by Finnish authorities in late 2024. Status update, 2025-2026. Following Simon Ekberg's sentencing to 6 years in prison by a Finnish court in September 2025 for terrorism-related offences, the BRGIE cabinet reportedly removed him from his position. On January 14, 2026, the organization announced Agitation as the new Prime Minister of the BRGIE. Would you like me to look up more about the specific lobbying documents filed by the group in the United States?
Always presented themselves fully. Best of all time. So, Obanes, I hope you are listening. I hope you have heard when we Mazen Nande can registered Biafra, the government in Exile, BRGIE. I hope you have heard it clearly here. You are IPOB, you are Rising Sun. You come here to be a Rising Sun is the only group fighting for Biafra. Look at you. Who knows Rising Sun? Where are you from? Criminals, hijackers. Yes. I want to play it once again from the registration of IPOB and other happened and to Maz Simon Ebanjoko. Then, if you want to call for ship something before we go into second section of the reprogram we are here to this night, please, you can call and tell us what you think about what I just played to you. The program I'm about to end this evening, particularly session 1 that I'm about to end.
Based on UK companies' house records as of March 2026, here is the status of the organizations and the roles held by Mazi Namdi Kanu, registered under the name Nwanakeni Namdi Okwu Kanu. 1. IPOB Worldwide Limited, company number 13127-887. Status: this entity is currently active, though it has recently faced an active proposal to strike off, a process usually related to overdue filings. Namdi Kanu's role: he is listed as an active director, having been appointed on February 2, 2021. Nature of business: registered under radio broadcasting and cultural education. 2. Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, Worldwide CIC, company number 104-34287. Status: this is a community interest company and is currently active. Namdi Kanu's role: he previously served as a director but resigned on January 17, 2022. Significant control: records indicate he ceased to be a person with significant control, PSC, for this specific entity as of October 5, 2025. 3. Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, company no 0914-1905. Status: this was the original 2014 registration. It has since been dissolved. Summary of current leadership. While Namdi Kanu remains a figurehead and an active director in one of the newer entities, IPOB Worldwide Limited, much of the active administrative control in the UK-registered branches has transitioned to other individuals, such as Sophia Kalu, who holds active director and secretary roles across the organizations. Would you like... Based on available reports and public records, Simon Ekberg, often referred to as Simon Ekpanjoku, activated or launched the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, BRGIE, in 2022 and later declared himself its Prime Minister in 2023. Unlike the UK-based IPOB registrations, the BRGIE's legal status is primarily tied to the United States. United States registration. In June 2024, Simon Ekberg announced that the BRGIE had been officially registered as an entity with the US Department of Justice, DOJ. This registration was conducted under the Foreign Agents Registration Act, FARA, to allow the group to engage in lobbying activities. Following the registration, BRGIE hired a Washington-based lobbying firm, Moran Global Strategies, to represent their interests to the US government. Operational base. While the organization is registered for lobbying in the US, Simon Ekberg himself has been based in Lahti, Finland, where he conducted the group's broadcasts and administrative activities until his detention by Finnish authorities in late 2024. Status update, 2025-2026. Following Simon Ekberg's sentencing to 6 years in prison by a Finnish court in September 2025 for terrorism-related offences, the BRGIE cabinet reportedly removed him from his position. On January 14, 2026, the organization announced Agitation as the new Prime Minister of the BRGIE. Would you like me to look up more about the specific lobbying documents filed by the group in the United States?
I hope you can understand it clearly. How all these betrayals from IPOB to Ogenkere to Mama Duabu, how it has happened, is the same people, the same strategy, the same lineup is what they are doing. So that's why I told you, if you are still today claiming IPOB one Nigeria, nothing like IPOB does no longer exist. The Rising Sun and the Avid is taking over IPOB. But Uche Kanu just maintain that name, let them be there because there's nothing he will tell Mazen and the Kanu that IPOB is no longer in existence, he will believe. That is why they will put it on top, and on the under, they will use another different name to operate. Do you know that the Rising Sun was being managed by Uche Kanu and his group? That is why it's important for us to understand what we are doing today. So nobody supposed to be answering IPOB by now, by that particular private company registered by Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Then Simon Ekpanjok had it here, registered Biafra government in exile as what? As an entity, not as a private company. Check difference between a private company registration as an entity registration. Go and check and find out. That is why we are here this evening. We want you to understand it clearly. I want you to see the truth and how the truth is being working. And you that is bringing more claiming IPOB, you that are claiming fallback BRGIE, all of you are betrayal. If you think that when IPOB removed the name of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu as the director of Radio Biafra, 2022, if you are believe and walked away from them because of that changes, then what happens now that Ogenkere changes the name of Simon Ekpanjok and remove him as the claim that he's the crime prime minister, the criminal prime minister, the Judas in our time? Listen to this once again before we go into the second session. Like I said, if you want to call, you can call number on the WhatsApp +9733605137. That is the number to call if you decide to call on this program. Remember the number again, +9733605137.
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu registered the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, in the United Kingdom. According to records from the UK's Companies House, there have been multiple registrations associated with the organization. Initial registration, a private limited company named Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, was incorporated on July 22, 2014. Its registered office was located in London, Sandlings Close, Pilkington Road. IPOB Worldwide CIC, a community interest company, CIC, named Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, Worldwide CIC, was incorporated on October 18, 2016, based in Manchester. IPOB Worldwide Limited, another entity, IPOB Worldwide Limited, was incorporated more recently on January 12, 2021, also based in Manchester. While the broader movement is often cited as being founded in 2012, the formal legal registrations in the UK began in 2014. Would you like more details on the current status of these registrations or the roles Nnamdi Kanu held within them?
Why am I doing this? Is for those that are arguing about government in exile of Biafra, of USB. For you to know that still today that here we are talking this 2026, that your IPOB still remain a private company, which is not even under the name of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu again. The IPU that is shouting IPOB, one family, the IPOB you are shouting is no longer under the name of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. They remove him. You had it here. They resign him. He's no longer. Then you have many registered IPOB organizations in the UK, in London, in Manchester. So when you come out to talk about, I don't know. Well, the time has come because every truth must be told, and the truth is not on the mouth. The truth is in the paper, is in the document. That is where you find the truth out. That is where you will find the truth out. And in the history of all the exile governments that are looking for a new country, IPOB is not there. In the history of all the exile governments that are looking for a new country, IPOB is not there. Fake fallback Ogekri is not there. I want you to know that. The BRGIE is not there. It's only United States of Biafra, USB, in bracket, BRIG is only what it is there. That is the only one you will find. And in the 75, for the most effective one, 40, USB is in number 5. In Africa, we have top number 1 of one of the exile government in the world that are very, very effective, that are seeking for recognition for a new country. Go and research and find out. Go and verify. Go and verify and find out. Now, if IPOB you are claiming was being registered in UK, are you not in exile? Okay, you are in abroad. Okay. Oh, you know that I mean abroad. That is English. That the other word that you are in exile, all of you who are claiming IPOB. Where are you? In Germany, in UK, in Filipino, in Australia, in France, in Denmark, Sweden. Are you not in exile? Are you not in the Master back home? Give us the present word that the world are using. The word use exile, not abroad. Mokoko. And they deceive you. You're not to ego. Every year OB is a boy. You remain where you are. No move front, no move back. I am here, I am here. You went to school from 2014 that was registered till 2026. You cannot be able to graduate. Are you not ashamed of yourself? Are you supposed to talk by now? Is it how other countries fought for their own freedom? Can't you learn from others? Know that you have got it wrong. And you know, all you need to do is to channel your strength, your energy towards USD we are declared the only exile government that are looking for a new country in the whole entire world. I'm sorry for all of you. That's what you're listening.
Based on UK companies' house records as of March 2026, here is the status of the organizations and the roles held by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, registered under the name Nwakenyi Nnamdi Okwu Kanu. 1. IPOB Worldwide Limited, company number 13127-887. Status: this entity is currently active, though it has recently faced an active proposal to strike off, a process usually related to overdue filings. Nnamdi Kanu's role: he is listed as an active director, having been appointed on February 2, 2021. Nature of business: registered under radio broadcasting and cultural education. 2. Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, Worldwide CIC, company number 104-34287. Status: this is a community interest company and is currently active. Nnamdi Kanu's role: he previously served as a director but resigned on January 17, 2022. Significant control: records indicate he ceased to be a person with significant control, PSC, for this specific entity as of October 5, 2025. 3. Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, company, No 09141905. Status: this was the original 2014 registration. It has since been dissolved. Summary of current leadership. While Nnamdi Kanu remains a figurehead and an active director in one of the newer entities, IPOB Worldwide Limited, much of the active administrative control in the UK-registered branches has transitioned to other individuals, such as Sophia Kalu, who holds active director and secretary roles across the organizations. Would you like me to clarify the differences between a standard limited company and a community interest company, CIC, in this context?
I hope you listen to it. They have removed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu the same way Ogenkere removed our prime minister. Okochukwu, the same people. And when each two of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out from this, what I am doing fully today, comes out from Abato Obie, we all of us had it, and the many moved from IPOB to the government in SI because of all the lies that IPOB was telling them. Today, what happened? You can hear it clearly that it was true, that they changed the name and put who? Sophia Kanu. It's no longer Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And that is from here that they have many registration under IPOB. The name IPOB, yes. Anybody can use it to register. This thing we do is to change a little bit word. Remember when they changed one that Mazi Kanu put there and put their own? That their own is one that is selling today. So if you're giving them money, I want you to know you are not giving that money to the real original what Mazi Kanu put out there before he was arrested, before he was kidnapped. Now, like I said, where did the Biafra government in Exile registered? Listen.
Based on available reports and public records, Simon Ekpa, often referred to as Simon Ekpa Njoku, activated or launched the Biafra Republic Government in Exile (BRGIE) in 2022 and later declared himself its prime minister in 2023. Unlike the UK-based IPOB registrations, the BRGIE's legal status is primarily tied to the United States. United States registration. In June 2024, Simon Ekpa announced that the BRGIE had been officially registered as an entity with the US Department of Justice, DOJ. This registration was conducted under the Foreign Agents Registration Act, FARA, to allow the group to engage in lobbying activities. Following the registration, BRGIE hired a Washington-based lobbying firm, Moran Global Strategies, to represent their interests to the US government. Operational base. While the organization is registered for lobbying in the US, Simon Ekpa himself has been based in Lahti, Finland, where he conducted the group's broadcasts and administrative activities until his detention by Finnish authorities in late 2024. Status update, 2025-2026. Following Simon Ekpa's sentencing to 6 years in prison by a Finnish court in September 2025 for terrorism-related offenses, the BRGIE cabinet reportedly removed him from his position. On January 14, 2026, the organization announced Ogachukwu Nkade as the new prime minister of the BRGIE. Would you like me to look up more about the specific lobbying documents filed by the group in the United States?
No, why? There's a reason why I don't want to go to that point, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu declared himself the leader of the people of Biafra. None of us voted for him, but Simon Ekpa, we voted and we allow him. We voted that he should be our prime minister. A vote that one should be controlled inside the app, not with only the mouth, but the word. The only thing I'm asking everyone to understand here is this: Simon Ekpa, the prime minister. We agreed. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Onyendu, did you who call him that Simon pronounce himself the prime minister, did you pronounce Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as the leader of Biafra? Did you? Nobody does that. The program is centralized on issue of registration. Because I happen to argue with somebody about this, and he says no. That's why I'm telling them, I want you to see today clearly that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu registered IPOB as a private company in London, in England. Moreover, where you can see the radio broadcasting is in Manchester. That's where he registered everything and he leave it there. So you that are claiming indigenous people of IPOB, indigenous people, the so-called you are betrayers of China Sanworu, Chika Agasaha, and all those members that are in one side of IPOB. Are you in the homeland? You that go to protest and meeting of your so-called IPOB in Australia, in Denmark, anywhere you are today, are you not in exile? Mada tupu be the TD ananya, ona bun ko nyozo, ko choga tupu. Onye bron hendo no nemedwa. I want Biafran also to know, you had it here that many people registered under this IPOB organization after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was being kidnapped. The rising sun that we are hearing from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was Uche Chukwukan and his own organization. That is the people that they registered their own IPOB worldwide. Is how Uche registered it in the same London today. When he registered it, instead of him to remove Mazi Nnamdi Kanu name totally, they did not. They leave the name IPOB on top, which they registered, and they are answering Rising Sun and the Avid. Avid is a pull-out member of another structure or another group that comes out from IPOB, like Ogenkere, moving out from Biafra they are declared, like Mama Dwabo. In IPOB has 4 groups. The main registration of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu IPOB, which they have all deviated from. They have changed his seat and removed his name, resigned him. The same way Ogen Kere said that he had resigned Simon Ekpanjoko and he took over. And he said that he's the criminal prime minister in this 21st century that we are into. The same way IPOB changes the name of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in one of the organizations. The IPOB is two. They have IPOB of Sophia Kanu. They have IPOB registered on the side of Uchechukwu Kanu. You have another one that master prophets are parading about. Then the last one, you have inside that the Uchechukwu Kanu's own, which is the IPOB nationwide, that particular one. Then that's one, that is where Rising Sun is the rename they presented in the head of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu as another group that want to help him to come out from prison. Instead of telling him, the people you left outside China Sanworu are no longer working with them. They have removed you, resigned you. You are no longer the director of the Radio Biafra. You are no longer the director or the leader of the people of Biafra. You are not. China Sanworu has taken his own group with Chike Dozie. Their group is quite different. Then you are in-law Master Prophet and your brother Emmanuel Kanu, they have their own one side. Then on this one that Uchechukwu Kanu have is on their own. Now at last, members of the Avid was the one who included with the Master Prophet and the Emmanuel Kanu. They are together one side. Then Uchechukwu Kanu find out that we are no longer in good terms. Then Uchechukwu Kanu move away, form his own group, Rising Sun, under the same IPOB. So IPOB has 4 branches, has 4 different groups that are there. All of them, for them to get money from you, they are still using IPOB till today. So when you hear Rising Sun, I want you to know that you are contributing money to Uchechukwu Kanu. When you hear Avid, you are contributing money to Master Prophet and the Nyanya. Hey, game. You see, this is what is happening. Nobody is today really, all of them are not under Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB, because you had it here clearly that IPOB was registered as a private company by Mazen Nnamdi Kanu 2014. This is how IPOB started. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu started the movement in 2012. Then in 2014, he registered it as a private company. In where? In UK. You that is registered your IPOB private company that you are claiming before, where are you? Are you in the homeland, if I may ask you? Do you register it in Nigeria? Do you register it in any place, in any court in Old Eastern region? Did you? It's not in abroad, you register it. Okay, your own is abroad, but our own is in exile. So you know that in this 21st century, that's what the world using is in exile. They don't use abroad to address people. They say these people are in exile. Or it's in Abakragi. It's now war na you can mind the NASA IPOB organization from 2014 or from 2014 to 2026. How many years? When you have a son or a daughter in your house who you send to primary school from 2014 to 2026 that have never graduated, are you going to see paying school fees and paying for textbook and giving her or he uniform and sandals? I know you to be tired by now, and they abandoned that particular one. The people has abandoned the private company registered by Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. This is the way it is. This is the truth. This is the pure truth. They have run away from it. Honestly, people has distanced themselves from it. That is what they told you here. That there is many people that registered under IPOB, the same name, the same and different numbers. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, when he registered IPOB, the number he used, they give him as the director or who registered it was what? 13, 12, 78, 80, 87. Now, it changes to another group of China Sanworu them. They change it to what? 10, 40, sorry, 10, 43, 42, 87. This, that particular one. Then the last one of Chinasa, the last one of Uchechi Okukano goes to 0941, sorry, 0914 4905 3. These are the main 3 people that are still parading the name IPOB, but they did not. Then you can see clearly it's not what I think. This is a history. This is what you don't know. So now, on this, the part of Uchechi Okukano, at this last one that was being registered, what happened there? What happened was that if any of them went to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and said, we are no longer on the structure of IPOB, rather, we are the full rising sun, he will kick them out. But do you know what happened? Uchechi Okukano traveling to visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and told him, there is a group that want to support you. They said that the group of their name, they are the one championing for you to be released. They are the one. He told him some words, but he's not there. Then he told him that these people are rising sun. The rising sun is the one Uchechi Okukano is managing. Avid, under the same IPOB, is one being managed by the Canon Takano and the Master Prophet. This is what is happening. 3 groups are there. The same them removing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, resign him. The same way Ogenkere remove Prime Simon Ebanjoko. Now can you do the comparison and find out who is a criminal among you that are contributing money? That's you that is giving a criminal your money. The same method they use to remove the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the same name Ogenkere used remove the name of Mazi Simon from the document, because the IPOB started from removing him as the leader, as the director of the Radio Biafra first. When they finish that one, they come back, resign him. He is no longer the leader. But they are calling the leader in the mouth. But in their heart and the document is Sophia Kanu from South Africa. Is it not true that Iken Gurago brought in? That is the one. That the same way, Ogenkere first forged the document, become the owner of the document. Can you see that? Now he come back and do what again? Remove Abatobi as the prime minister, put himself. Tell me the difference between this and what IPOB has done. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Can you? Like I said, our number is open. +97336051 But listen, I want to repeat this again. I want it to be in your mind. But I urge you to please hit the like button. Hit the like button. If the first time come, subscribe. The like, you will see it on, there is a 3 dot in front of you on your phone. Click on that 3 dots. It will open. You will see like and share. Once you share the program, then subscribe and wait for us as a question, because we are going to bring all these names and give them what they where they belong, and they do more exposition on it. Honestly, this is program I said it will not take me 30 minutes, but going into details, it has gone to 2 hours. Listen to this, because the truth is what will set us free, not propaganda, not lies.
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu registered the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, in the United Kingdom. According to records from the UK's Companies House, there have been multiple registrations associated with the organization.
There is multiple organizations associated with this particular name, IPOB. You heard that word, multiple. I want to know when everything has changed. For a very long time ago.
Initial registration, a private limited company named Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, was incorporated on July 22, 2014. Its registered office was located in London, Sandlings Close, Pilkington Road. IPOB Worldwide CIC, a community interest company, CIC, named Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, Worldwide CIC, was incorporated on October 18, 2016, based in Manchester. IPOB.
That is the one registered by who? Mazi Nnamdi Okukano. What did he register? private limited company named Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, July 22, 2014. July 22, 2014 was when it's still in the hands of who? Mazen Nnamdi Okukan. This is the first time he registered this as a what? As a what? A private limited company named Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB. I hope you're listening. This is how it happens. And this is how he was being registered. Please, you are calling me and you are on the group WhatsApp. You can see that I'm live. I posted the program there. As we are moving, I hope it's now getting clearer to you. Now, you that claim IPOB organization, can you hear that it was being registered in Exile? That's why I ask you, you are on, is it in abroad? Then the African government is in Exile. That's why you must stop deceiving yourself and first reality on ground. The reality on the ground is what I am giving you. For you to know that you are contributing your money, you are dashing your money to people, to those that they do not deserve for you to be dashing them the money that you are dashing them. It is very important for us to know all this, because this is what will set you free. So you will know where you stand. It's not by mouth. It's not by mouth. It's by giving you out the real truth, the real details, so you may understand why USB is the only hope. Number when we, as we are playing this all this while, you have understand that Mazen Kanu and his own capacity registered IPOB as a private company in UK. Simon Ebanjoko registered USB as what? As entity. As an entity, not as a private company. So tell me, between entity and a private company, which one has more weight? Which one has more weight? So you can see that the only option you have is USB re-declared. And I want to repeat this word again. Out of the 75 exile governments in the world, from the effective 40 and the most effectiveness of 10, USB is number 5. In Africa, USB re-declared is number 1. Go there, you will see United States of Biafra, USB, in bracket BRGIE. This is how it goes. This is how it happens. Please, I'm on live program. I'm on live program. Just okay. I will round up in the next 20 minutes. I'll round up because of that. Just in the next 20 minutes, I will round up. 20 minutes. Yeah. Yes, dear friends, as you are listening, I will round up very soon because this is a very important meeting I have, and this is our prayer warrior group. I don't know that the meeting is today, honestly. I don't know. And they are calling me to join them in that particular meeting, which is all we are doing is for this betterment of this movement that we are into. Honestly, because we want this Biafra very quick. So listen again, how IPOB was being registered and how it was being taken away from Mazen Nnamdi Kanu today. Mazen Kanu just know next Nelumri. Do you know that Ushemefo is better than Ushemefo is better than Chike Doziem and China Samoro. Those that are the movement of IPOB. Do you know Ushemefo? Because when Mazen Kanu was arrested in the first time he was arrested, they did not change anything. Ushemefo never changes his name. He did not change the Biafra. He did nothing when he was in incarceration. But look at this one today. Listen to this.
Entity, IPOB Worldwide Limited, was incorporated more recently on January 12, 2021, also based in Manchester. While the broader movement is often cited as being founded in 2012, the formal legal registrations in the UK began in 2014. Would you like more details on the current status of these registrations, or the roles Nnamdi Kanu held within them?
I hope you had this how he was being registered by him. Now, you have also listened how many people after he was kidnapped. Listen to this.
Based on UK companies' house records as of March 2026, Here is the status of the organizations and the roles held by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, registered under the name Nwanekaenyi Nnamdi Okwukanu. 1. IPOB Worldwide Limited, Company Number 1, 3127887. Status: this entity is currently active, though it has recently faced an active proposal to strike off, a process usually related to overdue filings. Nnamdi Kanu's role: he is listed as an active director, having been appointed on February 2, 2021. Nature of business: registered under Radio Broadcasting and Cultural Education. 2. Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, Worldwide CIC, Company Number 104344287. Status: this is a community interest company and is currently active. Nnamdi Kanu's role: he previously served as a director but resigned on January 17, 2022. Significant control: records indicate he ceased to be a person with significant control, PSC, for this specific entity as of October 5, 2025. 3. Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, Company No. 09141905. Status: this was the original 2014 registration. It has since been dissolved. Summary of current leadership. While Nnamdi Kanu remains a figurehead and an active director in one of the newer entities, IPOB Worldwide Limited, much of the active administrative control in the UK-registered branches has transitioned to other individuals, such as Sophia, across the organizations. Would you like me to clarify the differences between a standard limited company and a community interest company CIC in this context?
I hope you had it. The authentic two factions and how they have removed it from us in America. The same thing Ogenkere did today. The same thing. Now, Ogenkere on his own part, Imam Maduaba on their own part, like Rising Sun and Avid, and all this you're hearing here today. So, my people, because of my time and the meeting I have ended up here, despite that the main program that brings me here did not even address at all. But it's okay, because all we are doing is as the Spirit lead this evening. That is how I handle the program. So if you see all these IPOB, they don't even know who they are. They don't know where they belong. They know what they are doing. They just come out to come and do something. They're just shouting IPOB. You and your IPOB still remain. Your own exile has entered decade. Your own movement has entered. A child that you sent to school from 2014 to 2026, that child can never graduate. Are you going to be willing to be paying money in school for this particular child? He sent him to primary school. He remained in primary school from 2014 to 2026. How many years? Obi is a boy every year. Just only what they know is to take money, eat the money. That is what IPOB cares for. Yes, so Obato Obi, Simon Banjoko registered USB, registered Republic in America as an what? As an entity, not as a private company. But you and your IPOB remain a private company unless you have joined those criminals who hijacked the movement of IPOB and they becomes IPOB One Nigeria till today. You had it here. So then take your time to find out what is the difference between entity and a private company. You need to go and find it by yourself. You need to become to make it his own, to become authentic, to his people to understand that this is a movement of a new nation. This is a pure movement of what? A new nation, not what I think. I must tell you one thing. What I think, what I know can never give us Biafra. Lie to lie. And let me remind you this word. Our people always follow messenger. They don't follow message. The only person who follow messenger and message is Simon Banjoko. By what? By using multiple dimension. Uchemefo followed a messenger. That is why when Mazen Kano was inside, nothing has been done except protest. Except what? Except only protest is what I have done. Like, please, I'm gonna give chance for this one call. Honestly, I'm going to give her a chance for this one call. Yeah, good evening from here. Good evening from here, Ogania.
Oh, good evening, sir.
Please,
Good evening.
only 3 minutes.
Ndewo.
Yes,
Ndewo.
yes, only 3 minutes because I'm in
Ndewo ti nọkwa n'olu.
I know of my way, thank God. And Chukwu Okabe on n'ọrụ, Chukwu Okabe on echebe anyị.
Okay.
Yes. I'm
I hope ihe were rute gị side unu.
O rutekwa ma anyị gbajekwa ebe ọzọkwa na passion.
Chineke ga-echedo onye ọbụla. Chineke ga-echedo unu.
Yes, ọ ga-echebe anyị.
A sị onye ọbụla nọ na strange land, Chineke ga-anọ with him.
Yes, so.
Chukwunna ga-anọ with you, not with everyone, every governor in that land.
Yes.
God will protect you people and guide you.
Yes.
Echiche and atụmatụ onye iro enweghị ike inwe ike n'ebe unu nọ.
Amen.
N'aha Jesus. Because for some time, anyị ahụghị online. Before they drop the voice note.
Yes.
So Chineke nna gị kpuchie onye ọwụna ka ọkụkọ kpuchiri ụmụ ya. Now, on what you're teaching is a great exposition you are doing for us. You know, every one of us are walking in dark. It's good. God will bless you for this new dimension. Like Mazi said, that Simon is coming with new dimension. And you have come with another new dimension. Because all the secrets, ihe niile ndị a conjure ka ha were na-ebunara ụmụ Biafra ego. Look at how you are exposing them one after the other. That is the reason why, on the course of this teaching, I realized why Mazi Biseha Naha give Simon a slot in the radio Biafra.
Yes, that is.
Half run to Tota.
Yeah.
Half run to Tota. Instead, they have a slot. Half fight was here. Because they have known the stuff it is made of. Imagine now, all these people, they are so diabolical.
Yeah.
They are so diabolical. They are so evil. Because you cannot tell me somebody that you did not know, somebody that you have not even come across, it's just that you heard of the person and you just develop envy, jealousy, and enmity with the person. If the person is not devil incarnate, look at what these people have done. That means they have already, this plan of kidnapping Nnamdi Kanu is not today.
Exactly.
It's not today. They have been planning it long ago.
Exactly.
Waiting for the actual time. It's not today that they started it. Meaning that when they come, when Mazi is talking, that is what they were doing. That means they want to open that organization.
Exactly.
Simon and Simon give him understand all their gimmicks and all their plan. That was why they started fighting him, to make sure that they remove him on the way. But all the same, thank God for this knowledge, for this. That means this IPOB, Hannah Zadi self, is an organization.
You can come organization
which
one flag.
The government of Nigeria has already rejected.
Terrorists, yes. That is the pure truth.
That was why when was kidnapped, every one of them just stay mute. Nothing. Everybody was agitated, waiting for the person that they say is the head to at least say something, make a move, nothing. And it is the same thing that Ogenkere and Sonia Marawa repeated where Simon is.
Because I will end because I know that right now. If you get no signal and I am under attack, please. I'll end it because I'll be just leave phone from start of your phone. Please, I'll end it right now, please. Biafrans, take it like that. Now the missile is coming down, so I have to end the program right here. It has start coming down.
Okay.
So
okay.
we need to change our location
okay.
right now.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Chineke nna m ekpuchi unu nsogbu adịghị.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you.
The
Biafrans, please, we end it here. We are under attack right now, so I need to go out.